Childhood ruined? No, it's not. I'm not your uncle. But I will ruin dragons for you. So most Western depictions of dragons don't actually make sense evolution-wise, because most of the time they're depicted with 4 legs that they stand on and 2 wings, which means they would have 6 limbs. So the first thing you would need in a realistic dragon is only 4 limbs, so 2 legs and 2 wings. The next thing that would be required for a realistic dragon is huge tits, a keel. A keel is what gives pigeons their weird shape and causes the chest muscles to protrude outward to give it more leverage for it to actually generate enough lift to get its body off the ground. And in most Western depictions of dragons, the dragons are huge, like Smaug or the things from Harry Potter. They're like thousands to tens of thousands of pounds. But in order for something that heavy to actually fly, its weight distribution and wingspan would be vastly different than what is in the movies. It would have what I call the yield sign build, where it's like tiny skinny little legs and like a Dorito back. And when it comes to wingspan, let's say on the low end this thing weighs like 8,000 pounds. That means it would need a wingspan of about 930 feet. That's about 4.5 times the wingspan of a plane. But honestly, to fix the issue of that, a realistic dragon probably wouldn't even weigh that much, and they would actually have like hollow bones, like birds, which also contain air sacs to actually help it remain in the sky. Now, when it comes to fire breathing, the only real instance of this happening in nature is this beetle that spews boiling hot liquid at you.
Bombardier beetles are one of the most famous examples of chemical defense in nature, and what we find is that a part of the explosion chamber actually deforms during the explosion, and when it does so, it cuts off the flow of reactants into the explosion chamber.
So a hypothetical real dragon would breathe fire by having a sac that stores some kind of gas or just some sort of fuel, and then having another sac that, when the pressure is released, ignites the fluid and protrudes out fire, like a flamethrower. But that would also mean that in order to take down this realistic dragon, all you would need to do is just cut a hole and ignite it, and its head would explode.